PBS is happy to bring you On the Other Side of the Tracks, the Joel Fields autobiography. Mr. Fields worked for the Indiana Harbor Belt, and he is living his retirement now. There's books about the Indiana Harbor Belt. At least 2. There's hats about the Indiana Harbor Belt. There's train whistles. There's towers. See? Even more of them. And inside those towers are huge levers that it takes a mammoth of a man, a He-Man, a Hercules to pull them. There's even little picture boards that have train stuff on them. Safety is always important. That's why there's railroad crossings, boys and girls. There's no trespassing sign so you don't get run over by a big old train. There's lights, horns, and yes, there's even trains themselves. Engines, other kinds of funky cars, and of course, cabooses. In 1996 was the centennial of the Indiana Harbor Belt. And that's when Joel Fields...
We will return to you in a few minutes to the train documentary you've been watching titled On the Other Side of the Tracks, the Joel Fields autobiography. You know, Nolan, there have always been songs about trains and engineers and train tower operators.
You're so correct there, Gilbert. I'm afraid so. Is it just me, or is it coal in here? That's too much, right? To warm up, we may have to bring in a steam engine.
That's a good one.
Wow, we're all over today. But seriously though,
yes,
Gilbert, we have compiled a whole heaping lot of songs about trains and engineers and train tower operators in this collection. That's right, an entire whopping 8 songs. 8 songs on this 8-track tape. 8-track tape, get it?
I get it.
And this tape is called The End of the Rail.
Whoa! Rudy toot toot tooty and fresh and fruity. Did you say 8 songs on an 8-track tape? Well, what are some of the songs that you can hear about trains and engineers and train tower operators by listening to this tape?
Well, Gilbert, I'm glad you asked that very question. Let me switch to a more serious demeanor and tell you. We'll start out this 8-track tape with that famous parody of the old classic, I've Been Working on the Railroad, to the newly entitled version of Joel's Been Working on the Railroad. Joel's been working on the railroad all the live long day. He's been working on the railroad, all his hairs have turned to gray. He can hear the whistle blowing, working through the night till morn. He can't hear the captain shouting, so Captain blew his horn. Captain, why'd you blow? Captain, why'd you blow? Captain, why'd you blow your horn? Captain, why'd you blow? Captain, why'd you blow? Captain, why'd you blow your horn? So Joel would wake up in the tower. So Joel would wake up for sure. So Joel would wake up in the tower, letting train traffic flow, singing fee-fi, fiddly-I-o, fee-fi, fiddly-I-o, fee-fi, fiddly-I-o, letting train traffic flow.
Say, Nolan, that certainly was a rail slapper.
Let me slap that rail once.
It's your line.
You say, what other songs are there on this collection?
Yes, what other songs?
What other song? Well, what about this classic? Check out this slightly altered version of that old Roger Miller tune, Engine, Engine Number 9.
Engine, engine number 9, coming down the railroad line. Where in the world did you come from? Check the switchboard, you weren't there. You appeared from the thin air. You're appearance right now's giving me quite the scare. 'Cause engine number 3 has perpendicular trajectory. I think it will intersect with thee. Oh, 110 cars in the distance. Smashing you will make a difference. What a great collision it will be. I'm warning you of the dangers. From crash debris we'll make coat hangers. If by chance I find some coffee, read the paper, eat some toffee. Arms to drop across the street, keeps the cars from getting beat. How I wish that I was not working in the tower tonight. So engine 9 and engine 3, what a great wreck this will be. And they'll try to put the blame on me. Oh yeah, they will. 2 trains will be gone forever if I don't go pull a lever. What a wicked train crash I could see. Yo, what a wicked train crash I could see. Smashing, crashing train crash I could see. Oh yes, my interest spikes to hear what other tunes are available to our listeners.
Glad you asked. Most of the songs are takeoffs of some golden oldies. But how about a more modern twist? For instance, how about this remake of the song Long Black Train by Josh Turner?
There's a long black train coming down the line. Joel is asleep, Mama's baby's crying. Rails of steel, job takes no brains. Watch out, Joel, for that long black train. Snoring to the heavens, snoring to the skies. Train full throttle past the tower flies. Wrecks and carnage, we will need a crane. Watch out, Joel, for that long black train. 'Cause they're sleeping in the tower, Joel. Sleeping in your chair. Stay awake and from snoring refrain. And watch out, Joel, for that long black train. There's an engineer on that long black train. Retiring seems appealing 'cause the work is so much pain. If I'm from the tiny bathroom, Papa, please abstain. And watch out, Joel, for that long black train. 'Cause they're sleeping in the tower, Joel. Sleeping in your chair. Stay awake and from snoring refrain. And watch out, Joel, for that long black train. Well, he can't hear the whistle from a mile away, putting coins on the track with grandchildren play. That train is near and see the coal car sway. From the radio he hears the foreman say, "Don't be sleeping in the tower, Joel. No, don't be sleeping in your chair. Stay awake and from snoring refrain. And watch out, Joel, for that long black train." I say cling to the levers and don't show disdain. And watch out, Joel, for that long black train. Yeah, watch out, Papa, for that long black train. Roger and over to that long black train. certainly brought us forward in time, but I don't want to get off track.
I know where you're coming from.
So, do you have any more of those older songs on this 8-track?
Older songs, you say?
Older.
Why, sure thing, Gilberto. How about that spoof of the old Glenn Miller / Tex Beneke / Andrew Sister song, originally entitled Chattanooga Choo Choo. That was remixed under the title Indiana Choo Choo.
Choo Choo. Pardon me, sir.
Yes?
Is that the Indiana Choo Choo?
Yes, sir.
Track 29. Hey, let's roll on down the line. I can afford to board an Indiana Choo Choo.
Yes, sir.
I've got my fare.
You do.
We'll check out Joe Phil's hair. You leave the Indiana Harbor Bell by 4:45. Sitting there waiting on the tower, got some more. Dinner's a banana, drinking up a Fanta. Waiting on this tower, got in Indiana. When you hear the whistle blowing 8 to the bar, then you know that Chicago is not very far. Shovel all the coal in, gotta get it rolling. Woohoo, Indiana, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party down in Hammond.
Yes, sir.
Ice cream and cake. Retirement pension to take. He's gonna cry. This is the last time to drive away from home. So Indiana choo choo, won't you choo choo him home? I said Indiana choo choo, hey, won't you choo choo me home? That trio of ladies from the Andrew Sisters still rings in my head. But do you have any other songs on here from a trio of guys?
Well, you bet your caboose we do. Woo! Remember that old country and western song by Alabama entitled Ride the Train?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that.
No.
But we have a version entitled Guide the Train.
Indiana Harbor Bell towers by the tracks, steam engines rumbling by, smoking from their stacks. He's watched the E&E as it rolled out of sight, and spin shifting Calumet on many a night. Guide the trains, guide the trains, guide the trains. In the snow and sleet he guides the trains, even guides them in the pouring rains. Guide the trains, guide the trains. Indiana Harbor, CSX, and OCT, and up ahead the coal cars coming from Kankakee. Through State Line Tower, the long trains they do haul. They listened on the radio for Joe Fields to call. Guide the trains, guide the trains, guide the trains. In the snow and sleet he guides the trains, even guides them in the pouring rain. Guide the trains, guide the trains. Our time to sell this tape is running out, so we gotta keep rolling.
Woo, yes, and speaking of rolling,
Speaking of,
remember that famous hit called Rollin' in My Sweet Baby's Arms?
I remember.
I think Flat and Scruggs, maybe Buck Owens among others, have versions of that classic.
Sweet harmony.
Well, if you do, then you'll really appreciate this instant classic simply called Rollin' All the Trains on Their Way.
Choo-choo! I'm gonna lay around the tower till I finish my lunch hour. Then I'll roll all the trains on their way. Well, I'm gonna work on the railroad, I ain't gonna work on the farm. Hey, I'll lay around the tower till I finish my lunch hour. Then I'll roll all the trains on their way. Well, I'm rolling all the trains on their way, rolling all the trains on their way. Gonna laze around the tower cause I have all this power, and I'll roll all the trains on their way. Well, now where were you last last Saturday night while I was at work for the boss. Hey, you're at home watching the TV like a tree stump that's gathering moss. Well, I'm rolling all the trains on their way, rolling all the trains on their way. Gonna laze around the tower cause I got all this power when I roll all the trains on their way. Well, Kenny's out selling insurance, Andrea's driving a bus, Dee Dee is homeschooling children, Lisa's here in patience of fuss. While I'm rolling all the trains on their way, rolling all the trains on their way. Gonna laze around this tower cause I have all this power, then I'll roll all the trains on their way. Oh, Nolan, that song brings back memories sweeter than pancakes and maple syrup. But Nolan,
I hear you.
there was a song that the University of Texas band played sometimes, and it seems like it was a train song of some sort. Do you remember what the name of that tune was?
Gilbert, you axled me a question. I'll tell you no lines. Seriously, though. I think you're referring to that classic train song performed by Roy Acuff and others. I believe it was called Wabash Cannonball. Oh yes. There's a version of that song on our tape as well, simply called Tower Operator's Call.
Yes.
Let's listen to just a snippet of that familiar tune now.
From Northwest Indiana to downtown Chicago, a tower operator makes the train tracks go. He's mighty tall and handsome and loved by one and all. And over that train intercom you can hear his vocal call. Oh, listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar as the trains pass through Lake Station, past Lake Michigan shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, see the railroad crossing on fall. The trains, they cannot move without the tower operator's call. Oh yes, that was definitely the song I was thinking of.
That was it.
Suitable for a ringtone on your phone. Say, no.
Yes.
Do you think we have time to squeeze in a quick story about Joel, about something that ironically happened to him on a train?
On a train? A train song about Joel?
Fields?
Are you talking about a certain incident that happened on a train heading into Chicago?
You know I am.
Well, of course we have time. Who in the world could we possibly get to tell this story? To set up our last song on this 8-track tape.
Hey, I can solve that dilemma. I'm of course thinking about none other than his very own daughter, Lisa Fields Gann.
Yes.
Or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Hey Dad, remember that time we were riding on the train to Chicago and that little black boy said, "You ain't got no butt"?
Most awesomely told.
Atta girl,
I'm
Lisa.
glad she didn't digress into render cellar on us. Why, we don't want our listeners to slop their drippers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, well, we've come down to our last song. And with the background of the story that Lisa told about Papa not having any butt to speak of, we proudly play for you now the 8th and final song on this 8-track tape of songs about trains, engineers, and train tower operators.
Yes.
Remember that old children's classic, Little Red Caboose?
Well, I sure do. Kids all over the world know that song.
Well, then they'll feel free to join in and sing along with this slightly revised rendition called,
feel free.
wait for it, Joel Has No Caboose. Joel has no caboose. Joel has no caboose. Joel has no caboose to fill his pants. Can't fill out his slacks. Buns of steel he lacks. Joel has no caboose to fill his pants. Flatter than pancakes. Flatter than pancakes. Flatter than the pancakes on a grill. Let food go past
past your lips. It will stay on your hips. Then your pants you will start to feel. His butt's got no shape. His butt's got no shape. His butt's got no shape, as you can see. Since your butt does drape, Brazilian butt lift tape. Do some workouts with your daughter Dee. When trains go toot toot, they sound awfully cute. Tootin' sounds are coming from a train. Joel, when you toot, you don't sound so cute. From such tootin', would you please refrain? Speeding by so fast, retirement's here at last. Joel Field has left behind the trains. How the time has flown, railroads in your bones. With no behind, he's left behind the trains.
Nolan!
Hey!
We just played all 8 songs from this tape. How much does this tape sell for?
Well, how much would you be willing to pay for it?
Probably not more than $65.
All right then. For most of our listeners, it'll cost $65. But for you Pennsylvania residents and Glenn Miller listeners, that translates to Pennsylvania 65000.
Oh, no, that's a bad train joke. But hey, our listeners can they anticipate any more train songs coming out soon?
No doubt they are, do, and have. The phones are lighting up already. Yes, we're anticipating our second 8-track tape full of train, engineer, and train tower operator songs. Probably coming out next year. I'm thinking a title, something like Trains, and Trainmobiles. But for now, we return you to our regularly scheduled programming of On the Other Side of the Tracks, the Joel Fields Autobiography. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and feel free to call us at any time to order your copy of the tape by dialing 1-800-JOL-FLDS. Operators are standing by to take your call.
We now return you to your regular program as it progresses.
Happy retirement, Joel!
Woo!